Healthy soil is the quiet power behind every thriving garden, and at the heart of fertile soil lies humus, the dark, crumbly layer that smells like the forest floor after rain. Gardeners often focus on fertilizers, compost piles, and mulches, but the real magic of long-term fertility comes from fungi that specialize in breaking down plant matter into humus. These rotting fungi transform lifeless debris into living soil. Once you understand how to encourage them, you unlock an easy, natural way to build soil that feeds itself year after year. Rotting fungi are nature's master decomposers. They thrive on dead organic matter like crop residues, fallen leaves, or woody debris, breaking it down into stable organic compounds. Unlike fast-decaying bacteria that turn materials into quick nutrients, these fungi work more slowly, weaving networks of hyphae through soil and organic matter. In the process, they create humus, stable carbon-rich material that doesn't wash away with rain or burn off in the sun. Humus improves soil structure, holds water like a sponge, and locks in nutrients so plants can access them over time. Without these fungi, soils become depleted, compacted, and dependent on synthetic inputs. Encouraging them is one of the simplest ways to turn tired ground into living earth. To encourage rotting fungi, you must mimic the environment they love. These organisms thrive where conditions are moist, but not waterlogged, cool but not frozen, and where plant residues are present for food. The easiest way to achieve this is by covering bare soil. Leaving soil naked under the sun not only dries it out, but also destroys delicate fungal strands. Mulching with shredded leaves, straw, crop stalks, or even thin layers of wood chips provides both a protective blanket and a food source. Over time, fungi colonize this organic material and begin the slow transformation into humus. Another crucial step is to avoid frequent tilling. Tillage chops up fungal networks and exposes them to harsh air and light, setting back weeks of growth in a single pass. While bacteria recover quickly, fungi do not. By reducing disturbance, you allow fungal threads to spread far and deep, weaving the soil together and accelerating humus formation. Fungi prefer carbon-rich materials, especially those that are fibrous, woody, or high in lignin. Think corn stalks, sunflower stems, or small branches. However, if you pile up only woody matter, the process becomes too slow. To spark fungal activity, you need a balance between carbon and nitrogen. This balance is often referred to as the carbon-to-nitrogen ratio. An easy method is to combine high-carbon residues like dried stalks with nitrogen-rich inputs, such as green clippings or manure. The green material feeds the initial wave of decomposition, after which fungi take over to stabilize everything into humus. For gardeners who want to push fungal growth even further, you can apply a fungal activating solution. This is prepared by mixing 2 tablespoons of unsulfured molasses, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and 1 liter of water. The molasses provides a sugar kick for microbes, while the vinegar helps create an acidic environment that favors fungal development. Spray this diluted solution lightly over mulched areas or crop residues. It moistens the organic matter and invites fungal spores to germinate and colonize more quickly. Fungi cannot survive in dry conditions, but too much water suffocates them. The key is steady moisture. Mulches naturally help by retaining rainfall and reducing evaporation. During dry spells, a light watering over mulched zones can keep decomposition active. However, instead of drenching the soil, aim for consistent dampness, like a wrung-out sponge. When fungi thrive, you'll notice white threads or mats forming on decomposing material. This is a sign that humus building is well underway. Beyond residues and moisture, certain natural additives can speed up fungal growth. One effective method is to brew a fungal-dominant compost tea. To make it, fill a 5-liter bucket with water. Add a handful of finished compost rich in woody materials, 2 tablespoons of molasses, and a small pinch of rock dust. Let the mixture bubble with an aquarium pump for 24 to 36 hours. The aeration multiplies beneficial microbes, particularly fungi, which can then be applied to soils or mulched surfaces. This inoculates the garden with living fungal populations ready to colonize. Another method is to sprinkle small amounts of powdered rock phosphate or finely ground charcoal into the mulch. Both create a habitat that fungi prefer and help lock carbon into stable humus. These additives are not mandatory, but they provide an extra edge for gardeners serious about soil regeneration. Rotting fungi thrive best when they are given a buffet of organic materials. Instead of relying on just one mulch source, try layering leaves, crop residues, straw, and small amounts of woody matter. Each material breaks down at a different speed and texture, attracting different fungal species. This diversity not only builds richer humus, but also ensures a balanced soil ecosystem. A soil dominated by a single fungal species may not perform as well as one bustling with many. The richer the fungal community, the healthier your soil becomes. Gardeners often ask how to know when their efforts are working. There are a few clear indicators. First, look for thin white or gray fungal threads weaving through mulch and residues. These are hyphae, the lifelines of fungi. Second, notice the smell. When fungi are actively decomposing, the soil begins to carry a sweet, earthy aroma. Third, test the texture. As humus builds, the soil crumbles easily in your hands, retains moisture longer, and supports stronger plant growth without as much added fertilizer. When rotting fungi do their work, the benefits ripple across the entire garden. Humus-rich soil holds 3 to 5 times more water than degraded ground, protecting crops during dry spells. Nutrients are released slowly and steadily, reducing the need for constant feeding. Roots penetrate more deeply because the soil is looser and more aerated. Over the seasons, gardens treated this way become naturally resilient to pests and diseases because healthy soils support healthy plants. Most importantly, humus locks carbon into the ground, contributing to climate-friendly gardening practices. While fungi are powerful allies, they are also delicate. Chemical fertilizers and fungicides can drastically reduce their numbers. Even strong herbicides disrupt fungal life. Heavy tilling, as mentioned earlier, tears apart their networks. Over-application of manure can swing the balance toward bacteria and away from fungi. By minimizing these practices, you allow the natural cycle of fungal growth and humus formation to continue uninterrupted. The beauty of encouraging rotting fungi is that it makes gardening easier over time. Instead of constantly adding inputs, you are training your soil to generate its own fertility. Each season, residues left behind by crops become food for fungi, which in turn become humus, which then becomes food for future crops. This cycle creates a self-sustaining system that improves with age, requiring less work and fewer expenses. The easy way to encourage rotting fungi is to provide them with what they love: carbon-rich residues, consistent moisture, protection from disturbance, and an occasional boost from simple natural solutions. In return, they reward you with humus, the most valuable treasure your soil can hold. Whether you are just starting your first garden bed or managing acres of crops, focusing on fungal allies will transform the way your soil feels, looks, and performs. If this guide inspired you, remember to subscribe to Growth Hub's Central Crops and share it with fellow gardeners. The more we spread the knowledge of building humus through fungi, the more fertile and resilient our soils will become for future generations.